Arsenal in shock appointment of a new manager at their club in there, and Mikel Arteta might be on his way out of Arsenal to other greener pastures in there. Welcome to Rokani Media Football, you guys, and where you're watching us from. This is this channel that brings you your latest news and information, as you know, in there. Go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell, and that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now today we've woke up to some shock news coming in from a side which goes by the names of Arsenal in there. A story broadcasted or published by courtoffside.com, quoting a very credible source from Brazil known as Globo in there from Rio de Janeiro, coming out and letting us know that Arsenal might be in search for a new manager because Mikel Arteta's stay at Arsenal is really so much in suspense because they don't believe that Mikel Arteta might not be able to be staying at Arsenal for the next very many years. They would have loved him to be at this club in there. Who has come out and said this? It's Globo. You can really search about that website. It's in Rio de Janeiro, that is Brazil. And who is the ideal replacement for Mikel Arteta? Obviously, it's none other than Coach Tite, the Brazilian, who is now coaching the Brazilian national team. News shows that Arsenal have used their football director, Edu Gaspar, to switch talk Tite to join Arsenal after the World Cup in there for you. And this shows you that there might be uncertainty of Mikel Arteta's future. What caused all this? Mikel Arteta being shortlisted or being looked at by a side which goes by the names of PSG. Remember, 2 weeks back, news came out before we went into the international break indicating that Mikel Arteta would be an ideal choice and ideal replacement for Pochettino, because Pochettino looks like he is going to be sacked in there. They are really going to relieve him of his duties at PSG, though they don't want to do it in there because they're looking at Manchester United, because Manchester United is so much in love with Pochettino and they're obsessed with him, and PSG thinks that if at all you sack Pochettino right now, you really give him a lot of money, close to £30 million in there when you sack him, and when United comes in there for you, it will pay a compensation fee in there. So that's what Pochettino and PSG are all about. So Mikel Arteta was put into that story that he's being linked to PSG in there, and I really believe that Arsenal might not be wanting this to happen in there because Mikel Arteta was given a 3-year contract. If you remember very well, he was given a 3-year contract at Arsenal, and he came in at Arsenal in 2020. That was, I think, January in there after Unai Emery was sacked in there. And after Unai Emery was sacked, Mikel Arteta came on and Arsenal finished that season in 8th. Even in his first full season, 2020-2021, Arsenal finished 8th. But this season, Mikel Arteta has managed to elevate Arsenal to the next level, and they are now 4th into the Premier League table, and they are battling for the Champions League spot for the very first time since 2016. So Arsenal is looking at the situation and observing it. They wouldn't like to lose this manager, but the problem is Mikel Arteta might not be able to turn around or to turn down the request coming in from PSG in there, because every manager would like to coach teams like Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Juventus, PSG, and that is a once-in-life opportunity. So I will believe that Mikel Arteta might have really seen this opportunity and said, all right, I'm going to really take some long time. I'm really going to take my time to renew my contract at Arsenal, because Arsenal have offered Mikel Arteta a new contract because they still want to tie him on contract, I think, for the next 5 years here at Arsenal, because he has built a very beautiful project, and this project is very much convincing to an extent that he has thrown away all the big egos out of the club, and the club is really doing great in there, and Arsenal look like they really want Mikel Arteta in there. But this story coming in from Brazil, from a website known as Globo, very big publishing company in Rio de Janeiro, has really come out and shocked very many people, because we all thought that Mikel Arteta taking Arsenal to the 4th place of the Premier League, taking Arsenal to the Champions League, would have been a very big yardstick and and confirmation that he's staying at Arsenal in there. But when you see people coming out and really bring out news like this, you just get to know that something is not going on well in that camp of Arsenal, because Mikel Arteta is one of those great managers that is going to be, and you see those players like him and they play for him. But story leaking out from Brazil that Edu, the football director of Arsenal, is talking to Chite to convince him to become the replacement of Mikel Arteta at Arsenal, just confirms to us that Arsenal are really putting up pressure in there to Mikel Arteta to sign this contract in there, because if stories like this come, they'll put Arteta on pressure. One, if stories like this come through, they're really going to put Arsenal players on pressure, because they won't be sure of their future at Arsenal. And what really deteriorates a player's form is not knowing his future. Look at players like Bukayo Saka, Emily Smith-Rowe, Odegaard, the new ones that Mikel Arteta has brought in that are really performing great. That is Aaron Ramsdale, talk of Gabriel Ben White, Tomiyasu, talk of Thomas Partey, talk of a player who goes by the names of Lokonga, talk of Nuno Tavares. Arsenal is really on a very good track, and this conversation coming up in the news really puts Arsenal in a very bad spell. Players are battling to see to it that Arsenal qualifies for the Champions League in there. They are left with 10 games, and if at all they win like 8 of those games, they will be through in there. And such news coming into the mainstream will put down their morale. And Mikel Arteta, to do this, he has to come out and sign this new contract that Arsenal are really offering him. To me, I really believe that this story might have been thrown out to the news by Arsenal in there to see to it that Mikel Arteta doesn't take long to think about the new contract he's supposed to sign at Arsenal in there, because Arsenal really need Mikel Arteta more than Arteta needs them, because Arteta, the turnaround has done at Arsenal, has excited very many people in there, and very many clubs are interested in him. When you look at, even people are saying that if at all Javi never came in at a team which goes by the names of Barcelona, they would have looked at Mikel Arteta. So I really believe that Arsenal have put out this story to make or to quicken the Mikel Arteta decision of renewing his contract, because when you look at what the news is saying, the former Arsenal captain deal is due to expire at the end of the 2022-2023 season. That means Mikel Arteta in 2023, that is just 1 year left. That's when his contract is running down, and Arsenal are asking themselves, what are we gonna do if at all Mikel Arteta just snubs us and go in there? Because they really believe that Mikel Arteta is going to have a fantastic season at Arsenal. They're so much sure about it because of what he has said in there, the players and the signings has brought in that have not even flopped, because none of the signing of Mikel Arteta has flopped at Arsenal. That means he has put good usage to the money that has been given to him by a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. So that's what is running down at Arsenal in there. Coach Tite is being looked at as a replacement of Arsenal. I don't believe this, because I don't believe this is happening for real. And that's why I'm telling you that Arsenal have just put out this story in the news, and that's why you see its sources coming in from Brazil, because Edu, the football director of Arsenal, has good connections in Brazil to see to it that they quicken or they speed up Mikel Arteta's decision making, because this is really going to affect the mindset of Arsenal players. So I really believe that the story has been put out by Arsenal to quicken the signing of Mikel Arteta to renew his contract, because his contract is expiring next year in 2023, and Arsenal knows that if Mikel Arteta doesn't renew his contract, he's going to go in and sign in new players, and Arsenal is going to be one of the best teams in Europe next season. So they feel like it's far much easier to negotiate a contract with Arteta right now before he really gets Arsenal top 4, and he won't really ask them a lot of money. But if at all he goes into the mid of next season in the Champions League, they're performing very well, Mikel Arteta will call in for a lot of money that Arsenal won't be able to pay. So to me, I really believe that it's a story put in the news by Arsenal to really make Mikel Arteta quicken up his decision on renewing his contract at Arsenal in there, because Coach Tite is supposed to be into the World Cup, and he has come out and made it clear that I'm going with Brazil in the World Cup that is Qatar, that is happening in December. If at all the World Cup was happening in the summer, in June to July, stories like this would have been valid, but it's not valid because Arsenal cannot think of a replacement of Mikel Arteta in there because Mikel Arteta is here and he has not told them that he's going to go. But Arsenal are just worried of why Mikel Arteta is taking long to put pen to paper in there. Feel free to go into the comment section and tell me what you think about Mikel Arteta and Arsenal finding an ideal replacement for him, and that is Tite in there. Though to me, I really believe that it's a story to hasten the Mikel Arteta decision of renewing his contract at Arsenal. I sign out for now. See you later, my mate.